Welcome to the channel Blue Chelsea TV. Mauricio Pochettino faced the media on Monday afternoon to preview Chelsea vs Newcastle in the Carabao Cup and discussed. Mauricio Pochettino previewed Chelsea's Carabao Cup quarter-final clash against Newcastle United and made it clear that the competition had been a priority since the beginning of the season. Certainly, the light of questioning did not leave him with much option but to consider the prospect of success, something he wants more for the team than himself. Nkunku was once again on the agenda, having not made his debut against Sheffield United. The Blues boss appears more confident in the Frenchman receiving an opportunity on this occasion, though Romeo Lavia will not. Pochettino further discussed the difficulties of reintegrating Nkunku, as the 26-year-old finds himself in a different environment in comparison to during pre-season. If you're enjoying the content and finding value in what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. By subscribing, you'll be the first to know about all the exciting videos we're going to share. The Chelsea head coach was also asked about the Club World Cup and the impact of the fixture schedule and how many injuries are being suffered across the Premier League, but was unable to provide new clarity on Reece James' situation. Any update on Reece James and possibility of surgery? At the moment, no. We don't know. Today is Monday, still time to see. We will see in the next few days and we will know the possibilities. Could Nkunku or Romeo Lavia earn any minutes against Newcastle? Lavia still not. Christoph was involved in the last game on Saturday and will be involved. Today he was training well. Maybe he will have the possibility to be involved in some minutes in the game. How important is the Carabao Cup for Chelsea? For Newcastle it is also an important competition, but for us, from the beginning of the season it has been one of our objectives. It is going to be an important game tomorrow. We want to go through, but we know we are going to face a very good team, a Champions League team, and it will be tough. Hopefully better than the game last month? Yes. I can be in the dugout because I wasn't in the dugout. Last time Chelsea won the Carabao Cup was in 2015 and you were in the opposite dugout. How much would you personally like to lift it? Of course, I want to win a trophy here in England. I want to lift a trophy now in this competition because it is important. My wish and my desire is to win, and this is one of the competitions we are involved and it is possible. We need to respect our opponents. Newcastle are going to be tough. We need to deserve to go through to the semi-final. Chelsea have been included in the 2025 Club World Cup. I need to see my contract. If the owner of Chelsea extends my contract, I will maybe answer. Thoughts on 32 teams going to the USA for 1 month? If that happens, I don't know if it's going to happen. It's still too far away. It's not in our hands, the coaches. The UEFA or FIFA decision is not our decision, we need to accept it. Everyone in football is thinking about Tom Lockyer after the incident at the weekend. What is your message to Tom and Luton? We feel really sorry and sad about the situation. It is always difficult to see a player when these things happen in football. All we can say is to hope he recovers as soon as possible. We wish for him and the best feelings for Luton. Becoming more of a worry in football? It is always a worry, the things that happen. During the games, it is on TV and everyone can see. It's a drama, and when it is on TV or live everyone can see. It is a thing that happens in the past and it is difficult to anticipate. The science is working trying to anticipate, that is why they run tests to see, but unpredictable things can happen. Difficult to know why. It's part of the sport, but it's part of life. What would it mean to lift first trophy in this country? It means more for the people than us. It means a lot because we want to deliver the job for our club, for our fans. Delivering a trophy, the most important thing is to win. It's difficult to measure, it's really important, it is a priority. To have the possibility to win a title is really important. It's in our mind, our objective. We need to be ready to fight tomorrow to be closer to winning a title. We need to fight, we need to be aggressive, we need to follow our last game and the way we behave and the way we approach the game and improve in the way we play. We need to keep the same mentality and the same capacity to fight for every single ball. Do you need to win one for yourself because other managers of your standard have? I don't know the answer. You need to be in the right club, in the right moment with all of the elements to win. To be an elite manager, it's not necessary to win titles. Too many elite managers still didn't win or are going to win or won. It's important to analyze every single project and say you can progress or not or deliver the job everyone expects. It's important, more than us, for the club because it's going to be a boost in energy and I really believe in the project. Club World Cup asking too much of players? What we can do is support the competition because nothing is going to change. If that happens, we need to decide the strategy to arrive in the best form to be competitive. Try to avoid problems. Too many competitions, yes, for the players, but maybe we need to change our mindset and understand we need to rotate players, to use more of the squad. But fans, even you, people ask why you don't play? After 4 or 5 games in a row in 15 to 20 days, why don't you play? If you win, no problem. If you lose, it's because you didn't play. We maybe need to accept we need to rotate, give more space to use the whole squad. Even the players need to accept too because they want to play always. Even if they are tired, they try to lie to us and say I am good. Then if they don't perform, I was tired. Come on, you tell me you were perfect. Even the players need to change their mindset. The balance is the most important. Is that one of the reasons you have injuries and more injuries this season? It's difficult to know. Too many factors to influence the injury profile in different clubs, they analyze in a different way. Today, the competition is really busy after the World Cup in winter. Sometimes it's difficult because coaches or clubs are under pressure and you need to play your best players even if they are not in the best condition, because if not, it's like tomorrow, if you don't play with the players you believe should play because of their names. A Pochettino doesn't want to win the Carabao Cup. How do I convince you that some players are tired and cannot perform? It is difficult because after you need to win and show you were right. If you lose, because in football sometimes you can lose and it is said the coach is wrong. Sometimes that is the problem in the way we analyze and put pressure. We are all under pressure and sometimes you cannot afford to play in a different way. We try to be conscious if a player is a risk, maybe not to risk. After you need to confirm you were right, because if you were wrong, people ask why you don't play this guy? If you lose with them normally, you are more protected. Most important is to try to be honest with the player. If we think they are not in condition and want to take some risk, maybe it is not the best for the player or team. Waiting for the right time for Nkunku? Yeah. The reality was, he wasn't a player to be involved after 2-0. I didn't want to take a risk with him. How I see today. I tell you, maybe he can play 20 minutes. Before Sheffield United, in my mind, I was 1% or 2% of doubt. That is why I did not want to take a risk. That is how I explained it to him. I need to be 100%. If I have 1% doubt. It was good for him to feel the warm-up and be with the team. That was amazing. Why take a risk when it was 2-0 when I was thinking I don't know if it was the right moment? Most important game you've played with the club? I don't know. It is important, we want to go through to the semi-final. Newcastle is a good team, some good players, great coaches. It's going to be tough. Now is the most important game. Always the next is the most important game. How difficult has it been to create your team without Nkunku, presumably your first choice goal scorer? That is what we project. It's how people think. I think we have Jackson or Broja now. Nkunku can play number 9 but can play number 10, number 7, number 11. Also was a question mark, Nkunku, before we start the season because it's about the combination. During the preseason we used in different positions. Now it is a process also, only in the last few weeks after 4 or 5 months out, to find the combination. It is completely different in preseason to now because the team has evolved and the situation changed. Now it is about how he feels. His priority is to feel 100% and see in which position or different dynamics or animations for him to fit and be decisive. Important not to expect too much? My worry is to put too much pressure on him and to say now he has arrived, the guy is going to make us win every single game and change everything. I don't believe it will be like this because he now needs time to recover his feeling. Hope that starts tomorrow, maybe play and score 3 goals and then be consistent. The most important thing is not to create too many pressures on him. He needs to find himself, find the competition and then adapt in a team that was competing without him in the last 4 or 5 months. We need to be careful. He has not made his debut in the Premier League, and you know how tough is the Premier League for players who arrive from outside of England. Chelsea host Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup quarter-final on Tuesday evening, the Blues aiming to lift the trophy for the first time since 2015. Chelsea dispatched AFC Wimbledon, Brighton and Blackburn Rovers on their way to the quarter-final, but now face their toughest test to date. The West London club lost 4-1 to Newcastle in late November, a game which epitomized the inconsistency of their season so far. Mauricio Pochettino's side may have beaten Sheffield United 2-0 at the weekend, but they remain a fragile side, their issues only exacerbated by a raft of injuries. With that in mind, here is how Chelsea could line up against Newcastle. Chelsea predicted lineup versus Newcastle, 4-2-3-1. GK, George Petrovic. With Robert Sanchez injured, Pochettino has few other options between the sticks. However, summer signing Petrovic did claim a clean sheet in his first start for the Blues at the weekend. RB Malo Gusto. Reece James' injury should have paved the way for a regular role in the team for young Gusto, but the French defender was sidelined himself. However, he made a brief cameo against Sheffield United and could get some minutes midweek. If Pochettino doesn't want to risk him, it will be Axel Disasi who features at right back. CB, Thiago Silva, endured a nightmare afternoon at St. James Park earlier this season and will hope for a more comfortable evening against Newcastle this Tuesday. CB, Bimoa Badiashile, the centre-back has suffered with injuries this season but is enjoying a run back in the team. The 22-year-old scored his second Chelsea goal in the last round against Blackburn. LB, Levi Colwill. While primarily a centre-back, injuries to Ben Chilwell and Marc Cucurella have forced him into the left-back role. The young defender is a class act and is likely to play well anywhere across the backline. CM, Moises Caicedo, beginning to flex his muscles in a Chelsea shirt but still needs to offer greater consistency. Will have to be strong up against some combative Newcastle midfielders. CM, Enzo Fernandez, only came off the bench against Sheffield United, which means he should be well rested for the Newcastle encounter. Pochettino may opt for another less attack-minded midfielder in the centre of the park on Tuesday. RM, Cole Palmer, Chelsea's chief creative force in recent weeks and has proven himself a leader in a blue shirt. The former Manchester City man has scored some crucial goals for the London club. AM, Conor Gallagher, will likely sink into a deeper role but will still have the license to bomb forward. Pochettino loves him, starting the midfielder in 18 of the Blues' 19 matches this term. LM, Raheem Sterling alongside Palmer. Sterling appears the only one of Chelsea's attackers that can be relied upon for consistent contributions. Could come up against international teammate Kieran Trippier down the left flank. SA, Nicholas Jackson, the Senegalese forward, continues to mystify, underperforming his expected goals by nearly 4 in the Premier League. However, he has scored in some big games this season, finding the net against Manchester City and providing a hat-trick at Tottenham. Thank you for tuning in to Blue Chelsea TV. We hope you enjoyed the latest match highlights and exclusive content. Don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Stay connected with us on social media for behind-the-scenes updates and more. For additional Blue Chelsea action, check out our recommended videos on the screen now. Join our vibrant community of fellow Blues fans, and until next time, keep the blue flag flying high. Blue Chelsea TV, where the passion for Chelsea comes to life. See you in the next episode.